Hello, my name is Rocco Armato, and for my final, I did Rec in NBA 2K26. Starting off, got a very good steal there to start the game off, and passed it up to my point guard, and he, of course, had to get a turnover, which led to the other team scoring. My point guard here brings up the ball, gets to the center, and we get an easy bucket. Next play, ball goes to my man, and I'm jumping for joy, and they end up getting a green. My point guard brings it up. I try to set him a screen. He doesn't use it, but he gets it right to my setter for a wide open look and a wide open dunk. The team brings up the ball. My point guard's playing good defense, and I get absolutely blown by and dunked on. So it was very unfortunate for me. Here comes my point guard again. Here I am wide open, and I think, hey, why not? Let me get the ball moving for another look, and I take it all the way to the rack, and I get my first points of the game with a dunk. Other team brings up the ball. We're prying our way up, and there you go, wide open look for the other team. Nice three for them there. I inbound the ball to my point guard, try to set him a screen way too high, but it leads to a wide open look to my center again in the paint. Brings us within 2 of this game. I'm playing some off-ball defense on my man, but I get screened there, almost positive that their center had Brick Wall Hall of Fame, which is a badge within this game that makes you stumble over the opponent's screens. It ended up in them getting a basket, and we go right back at them with a full half-court pass to our 4 spot, and he gets an easy bucket. Another transition look for the other team, and we just keep going back and forth trading buckets here. This is a pretty high-scoring game, so there's a lot of that. My point guard gets another turnover there, and of course, you know what's better than a turnover is giving the other team a take foul and gives them a free shot. Not only do they get a free throw and a basket, but they got the ball. But to make up for it, wham! My point guard gets a steal right there, and only allows him to get 1 point, and gives himself a self alley-oop for the dunk for 2 points. Again, one of my teammates just decided not to play defense this game, leaves his man wide open. Center's in the paint, and he's a lot bigger than his opponent, and ends up getting an easy basket there. Here we are playing some pretty decent defense. Teammates jumping at nothing. I got to come and help, and I get my hand up just in time. Nice contest, and tie it up for the first time since 0-0. Here we are playing a little defense. Another wide open look there if he shot it, but turns up getting a steal, and I get my second assist of the game, or first assist of the game actually. At this point, I believe nobody's missed yet on our team. I get blown by right there. Bad defense on my part. My point guard brings up the ball again. Nice screen there from our center. Good look right back to him. A beautiful pick and roll for an easy 2. You see me taunting there, whispering silence in the crowd. We go up for the first time the entire game. And, lightning strikes twice, and I get blown by my man. It's all right. We get a quick transition look. I inbound the ball, and as you can see, we are 11 for 11. Nobody's missed yet on the team. I come there with some help defense and actually get a block, and out of anger, the opposing team gives a transition foul. We missed the free throw there, but that's all right because we get to inbound the ball here, and we get possession. I inbound the ball to my point guard, and he has a nice look right to the center. And there's a lot of give and go to the center with the point guard in this game, and I wish they would look my way a little bit more, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles. I'm playing not the best defense there, jumping at nothing. But I get in a position for a rebound. My center gets in front of me. But there we are with another transition basket. We're up 6 points. First actual lead of the game, and we're still 13 for 13. No misses yet. Other team comes and brings up the ball. Does a little dance moves. I'm guarding the other guy. We switched off there. And again, another wide open look at the corner because my one teammate does not want to play any defense. Here I am, getting the ball in the paint, dribbling out to the three, and wham! Green light. My first three of the game puts us up by 6, and that is the end of the first quarter. Second quarter begins with our center inbounding it to our point guard. I'm standing on the left wing, and I'm wide open in the corner. Miss a open look there. Only 8% contested. Should have hit it. Was a little rushed, but it's all right. And it ends up leading to the other team getting a transition score. I inbound the ball to my point guard. I'm standing on the right wing, anticipating a roll, and I pull up the scoreboard. Yes, I did have the first miss of the game, but that is all right. It happens. And another wide open corner look. This team was very annoying with their transition baskets. A lot of them were cherry picking and getting back before we could recover and getting those wide open looks. I get the ball here on the wing, throw it across the court to my point guard. He gets it in the paint. He's got 2-on-1, gets it to the other big, and he gets a contested bucket. Opposing teams bringing it up. I'm playing some off-ball defense. Center's got a little mismatch out there, but he's playing very good D. Got another mismatch with their big and our guard, but they pass it out. They're running down the clock. Playing some pretty wild defense here, but it's working well. Can't really get a contested shot, and I almost blocked the shot there. 82% contest. And then my point guard looks up, misses me twice. It's all right, misses again, but then I get the rebound, get a nice assist to my center. If everybody passed the way I did, maybe we'd win more often. Other team brings up the ball. I try to go for a steal there, but didn't get it. I recover in time and get the nice contest on it. My center brings it up, got a wide open man in the corner, and green bean extends our lead to 10. And right about here is where we start running a little bit away with the game. We're playing some pretty good defense, although our one big is just very slow and cannot get rid of the ball. I don't got a wide open look in the corner here, but I take it to the paint, and my second miss in the game puts my shooting percentage at 50%. They cut it down to 7. We get the ball, bring it up, and we got a wide open man in the paint to bring the lead back to 9. They inbound the ball, bring it up. We're playing pretty good off-ball defense, but they get one right past us and get a wide open drive in the paint and bring the lead back within 7. We get a corner look there from our center, who has a wide open shot, but just couldn't hit it. Playing pretty good off-ball defense. A couple guys blowing by us. They're missing the shots that they should be hitting. And then we get a look here, fast break dunk, beautifully played. Other team gets the ball. We extend the lead back to 9. Playing good off-ball defense here. I get switched onto their point guard for some reason. I'm playing good off-ball defense, and they force a shot there and actually make it. The recording cut out, so I had to restart. They get the ball back, and they get another dunk there. And we're just throwing wild shots here. I'm wide open on the wing. So open, but I think a 26% contested shot is better than a wide open man on the wing. Are we right, guys? Of course. I get screened here pretty bad, but my teammate sees that and recovers. Our center's bringing up the ball, gets it to the wing to our point guard. Back to the center. I'm wide open in the corner, but it's fine. We'll get a turnover. They're doing some dance moves, dribble moves on our point guard. I'm trying to play some help defense here, but obviously I can't help that much, and we get greened on in the corner. They get back within 3, and we get a nice transition basket to extend it back to 5. It's a very close game, and here I am trying to play a little help defense, but get blown by and get the swat when on the recover. A beautiful block to a beautiful steal from my teammate, all by my defensive prowess. And then we get a beautiful wide open look to the corner. A fantastic clip by me there. A block to a steal to a wide open three. My 3-point percentage is at 50% here. My inside the arc, I'm shooting 100% though. I inbound the ball to my point guard here. I think I'm wide open on the corner, but you know, we got a force to be reckoned with in the paint. So we get him the ball, and he gets an easy basket. And by half, we get to extend the lead to 8. And the center there got player of the game with 18 points, 4 assists, 5 rebounds, and shooting 82%. All right, starting up the second half, we get the ball. We're up 8, and I'm bringing up the ball here. We're in a little point guard style, and immediately get another assist. Beautiful vision by me. I'm silencing the crowd. We're playing a little full court press here for some reason, and gets them a nice look on the corner, and then they get a nice midi pull up there. Back to 8. Here I am bringing up the ball again. I think they finally figured out that I'm the guy to bring up the ball, and I get another assist to my point guard, wide open in the paint. You know, if we all had a vision like me, we'd be up by 20 right now. Other teams moving the ball around. Couple jumps, a couple wide open mans, a couple misses. They're right now playing man down. Their other guy was just AFK on the other side of the court, allowing us to be 5 against 4 here. Make a couple bad mistakes, but you know, we keep picking it up, and they get a 31% contested 3. They miss it, leading us to a fast break. Obviously almost throw a pick there because we can't take advantage of it. I'm open at the top of the key for about 25 seconds here, and they finally get me the ball, and I hit a 3. I mean, I know we all saw how open I was there. The other team calls a timeout, probably trying to recuperate and collect their thoughts. We extend our lead to 13 here. They throw a pick. Point guard gets a little transition basket here, right to the center for an and one dunk, but they don't call it, obviously. We're me here playing it again. I don't know why I keep getting switched onto these guards when I should be guarding a guy who's a little bit bigger than me. We get a nice block there. We get they take a turnover and another transition basket and a dunk to our point guard. We extend the lead here to 15 or 17, if my math is correct. And we actually end up reaching and fouling there. On the inbound, the home team is playing at top of the key. You know, that's the guy I'm supposed to be guarding with the orange hair there. But again, they just keep getting those wide open looks in the corner. Bring it to within 14. Point guard dribbles and finds the wide open look to our center with an aggressive dunk. I'm here applying a little bit of pressure, trying to get a steal. And the offensive team gets a offensive illegal screen, turning it over and getting the ball back to us. I come up to bring the ball up. I try to get a screen here, looking for a way to make something happen. Pass the ball to my point guard in the corner. I spot up in the corner. He misses me, but gets a 360 jam. Beautiful, right down the paint. The other team's bringing up the ball, transition, and gets a nice midi there. I inbound the ball to my point guard. He looks across the court and gets a quick transition basket. We're going back and forth. We extended the lead to 18 at this point. You know, how could we lose, right? Third quarter, 2 minutes left, and we are up 18. Now, here we are. I'm back on my man. I jump for nothing, and then he just misses an open shot. Center's bringing up the ball. Passes it to our 4. Shoots a crazy three-pointer. Absolutely misses. I don't know why he would ever shoot that. And, of course, leads to a beautiful, well-done three-pointer. See, that's how you're supposed to shoot 3. Again, we get it to our center, and he's just putting in the work down there. home team brings up the ball. We get a foul call on us, trying to go for the steal. Home team's inbounding the ball, gets it to the corner, wide open look, right in my mouth. I'm just sitting, ball watching, don't know what I'm doing. Point guard brings it up. I'm trying to cut. I get the cut, go to the top of the key, and then pass it right back out. Gets it to our center. I'm moving to the open space, but they foul from behind. 14-point game now. Inbound on the ball. I'm cutting. We're all trying to make something happen. Right to the center. Go to play. I'm right behind him, wide open, but we find him in the corner for a beautiful three. And we were all playing very well at this point. Our teammate chemistry was maxed. We are up 17, now 15. And, we're just trying to extend our lead. We throw a wild turnover there. I don't know what's going on with this guy. He was kind of our weakest link, if you will. Don't mean to point any fingers, but, there always is that certain person. They get a foul here because they're in the bonus, and they end up hitting both free throws. I inbound the ball to our point guard. 13-point game. He's bringing it up on the wing. We throw it to our center. He misses. Back up, and he gets the put back. I try to go for a steal there, but they just throw a wild pass up the court and turns it over. Makes it our ball. I cut right down the middle there and get a nice block shot. Activate my takeover. My takeover is deep bomber, meaning that I could hit deep threes. I'm a shooting guard, so I can, shoot, drive, do all that fancy stuff. I do a hezzy pull up, hung, green bean. They got to start checking me. Realistically, I'm probably the best scorer on this team. Let's be honest. Playing all right defense here. My man actually blows by me there, gets a windmill dunk. Not as all right as I thought. 4 seconds remaining in the half. I just throw it at the back of our center and get a turnover, and they get the buzzer beater to bring it within 13 points going into the fourth. Now this fourth quarter here is very intriguing. I started off with a nice block there, not in my house, but obviously my teammates run up court and nobody goes for the rebound, so they get a wide open putback. We look in the paint, get a nice transition basket there. Running back, and another transition look. Gets him a nice transition three to cut it within 10. If I didn't know any better, it seems that we're in the midst of choking a big lead. Remember, we're up 18 at one point. We get a beautiful midi fadeaway, puts us back within 12. They try to advance the ball, shoot a wild shot there. Teammate grabs the rebound. We force it into momentum. If you look my way, I would have had a wide open three, but it's whatever. Try to set a screen, but it worked. Tried to do a little pick and pop there, but I go right to the paint and slam it with authority. 17 points, 4 assists. I get a nice, beautiful steal there and try to get a nice clip, but obviously they have to sell me. The other team gets a transition bucket and gets the 2 points to bring it within 12. To bring it within 10 with 3 minutes remaining, our center inbounds it to the point guard. I'm trying to go to the open space, but we get a nice drive there. 31% contested, should have done a pump fake, and then we get a transition foul, which is very bad. So they get a free throw here, which I believe he makes, and he does. And now they're within 9, and they have the ball with 3 minutes in the fourth. They advance the ball over half court, get a wide open look in the corner like they have the entire game, and now we got ourselves a 6-point game. Gets it to me in the corner, and then I don't know what this animation was, but I just caught it and landed out of bounds. So it's a turnover on my part. And now we're just fouling. turning the ball over. 6-point game. We were up 18. All of us have double digits, but they just hit a deep three to bring it within 3 points. Some might say we choked, but, that's up for discussion. We get it to our center, trying to get a paint look, and the same exact thing happens to him, and he steps out of bounds. Looking at the score here, trying to see who's selling who. Nobody's really sticking to one man the entire game. We're all switching up, so nobody's really to blame on offense besides maybe M. Moose, because, he's playing terrible defense like he is right now. And, his man's wide open in the corner. This is absurd. And then our center gets a beautiful board there. We try to advance the ball. We get a nice look in the paint. Kicks it out to me, and I get a beautiful midi. Extending us back to 5. Stop the bleeding a little bit. And, of course, they got to get a wide open 3. And a goaltending violation, so the 3 goes. It would have went either way because it was a green, but now they're within 2. Our 4 inbounds it to our point guard. Took him a little while there. He's getting pressure, and I'm wide open in the corner. Gets it to our... our center's been getting a lot of clutch buckets here in this game. But, it's just this transition that we can't stop. So we're going tit for tat here in the 4th. We got ourselves a ball game. I check it to our center and get another assist there. Pick up my 5th of the game and activate my deep bomber takeover. I press the point guard, trying to get a little steal here, a little turnover, anything. My character definitely weighs significantly more than him because I'm a 3 guard. But there, our center just gets beat by the speed of their player, and they get a bucket to bring it within 2 again. And then we get a clutch 3-pointer there from our 3. And, wide open in the corner. We're jumping for joy. You got to stay grounded. Again, I'm on their point guard, which is definitely a mismatch, but I'm holding my own here. They shoot a reckless shot. We get the rebound and a foul, which I don't know how this wasn't a take foul. We should have had a free throw here, extending it to 6. But instead, it's a 5-point game here, and we get a little pump fake here. I got the ball. I go to the rim, a little razzle-dazzle, finger lay. And it's a 7-point game with a minute left to go. Now here they are, bringing up the ball, a little space. Again, wide open. Just stay in front of your man. And Moose, please, for the love of God, stay in front of your man. But here we are, bringing up the ball, trying not to blow this lead. And of course, our 6-foot guard gets swatted away by the 7-footers. We get thankfully a steal there, and for some reason, allowing your man to score a bunch of points and turning over the ball wasn't enough for Emus. He decides to shoot a heavily contested 3 and almost blow the game for us. Keep in mind, there's 30 seconds left. We're up 4. Game awareness, somehow he gets it back to Emus, and he, thinks the best place to put the ball is in the back of the other team, causing a turnover, and puts the game within 2, where we should have had the ball, got fouled, and then put it away right here. Here I am inbounding the ball. I know who I'm not passing it to. I get it to our center, who doesn't want to move around. I'm wide open on the top key. He hits me late, but it's all right. I almost turn it over there, and then they foul. 2-point game here. All he really needs to do is hit 1. Hits the first one, puts it within 3. 14 seconds left. Goes for the second, misses. I try to put it back, but they just get it right before I do. 13.4 seconds left, and the home team has a chance to tie it up here. Here they go, the inbound the ball. And for some reason, Emus again decides, I'm just going to stay back here while you guys play defense. And his man gets a wide open, excellent timing 3 to tie things up. And remember, we were up 18 points. We were up 7 with 40 seconds left. It's whatever. Emus decides, let me inbound the ball, gets it to the best player on the team. I get it to my big man, who should have done a post fade, but instead gets the ball stolen from him. Now, with the second left, they don't really have Great positioning here, so they're going to have to really throw it up the court, throw it right out of bounds. 0.3 seconds off the clock. They get it inbounds, and I swat it, protecting us. And ladies and gentlemen, we are going into overtime, of course, because, we're not supposed to go over 30 minutes, so we decided to go into overtime just to test that. They start off overtime by getting a quick bucket. Here I am with 21 points, shooting 75%. You think you'd want the ball in my hands in the fourth quarter, but of course, no. We don't do that, but now we do. And now let me show you why. Because we lay, we score, we're elite, it's what we do. We tie it up 99 apiece, and I think I might just have to put the team on my back at this point. They get a wide open 3 look there because I was trying to play a little help defense, which is not good. They're up 3 at this point. Their first lead since the first quarter, and we get a nice look in the paint there to put it within 1. I get driven by there. I will admit it was not the best defense ever recorded. We get a fast break look there, though, and keep it within 1. 2 minutes to go in regulation. Their point guard's dribbling the ball. I'm trying my best to play a little help defense, and it forces a turnover. Turnover to a transition, and of course he misses it. I'm wide open on the wing, and I get last second contested, which I don't know how that happened. Ends up getting them a 3, putting the game within 4 with 1:30 left. When this happens, spirits definitely are not as high as they once were, but nobody's given up yet. Get a nice dunk there to keep it within 2. Again, 1:20 left, a lot of game here, so heads should still be high. We should still be locked in. We're jumping at nothing there. Hezzy pull. Of course it's cash. 4-point game. Our point guard bringing it up. Had an open look there. Checks it to me, the best player on the team, and I get fouled. 1 more foul remaining for the other team until they're in the bonus. Gets it to our point guard, who gets it to our center, who shoots a terrible contested shot. Of course, we don't get the rebound. 4-point game. Almost get a steal there. We knock it away, but of course, Ronnie 2K, the developer, thought that it's a good idea and it's realistic for that to happen. So, that's the beautiful animation that they get given, and we just shoot a terrible midi look when I'm wide open on the corner. Again, the best shooting performance on the entire team, and they don't want to pass it to me. Wide open look, no one's playing defense. We grab the board narrowly. There's 32 seconds left. I get it to our big. He forces a 3, misses, and there we go. There's 30 seconds left. We are down 6. 6-point game with 24 seconds left. The home team has the ball. This isn't looking too good for us. Here they are inbounding the ball. Point guard's got a bit of a mismatch there. The center's on the other center. We're going to need a foul here, obviously. It took a little too long, but M. Moose finally does something useful and gets a foul. Now, this is where things get a little bit interesting. And he misses the first one. So there is life. And here he goes with the second shot. And the game cut out. So I'm just going to let you know what happened there, because Xbox, you can only record for 30 minutes, and I was just too caught up in trying to win the game. So what actually happened is I hit 2 threes, brought it within 1. They get a wide open look, brought it to 3. We got fouled. Our guy hit 1, missed the second. We lose by 2 in overtime in a heartbreak fashion. And it was the most angry I've been in a very long time at a game. And not only did I turn it off, but I sat in silence for the next 25 minutes. Overall, though, thank you for watching. This has been part 1 of my final for Foundations of Esports.